Thanks for having me. We're seeing exactly that. The situation is worsening and going beyond, as you said, explosions and bullets flying around. Children are at high risk right now of waterborne diseases caused by contaminated water, which is due to destroyed infrastructure, water and sanitation infrastructure, and also the lack of enough water getting through to the children and families in Gaza, hundreds of thousands at this point. Just a figure, normally in any humanitarian situation, from war to famine-like situation, the minimum of amount of water per day per person is around 15 liters. Right now in the Gaza Strip, people, children, families are having to survive with 3 liters a day. So that's a fifth of what's needed in an extreme humanitarian situation. So it's catastrophic. It's very concerning. And we're very worried that more children will die beyond the effects of the conflict.
When we look at some of the information UNICEF has recently put out, in one statistic, if I'm remembering correctly, they said when they looked at the average of reported cases of diarrhea among children under the age of 5, it was 10 times higher this month than it was in previous months. They talked about cases and instances of children having chicken pox, scabies, lice, as well as respiratory infections. Can you explain to us how significant that can be for a child? I think as adults, we often think, oh, well, that's something maybe you'll get over in a couple of days. How widespread, I guess, is the question, how widespread is the fear in UNICEF right now amongst your colleagues that we could see a large number of children dying because of these types of illnesses?
We're very concerned, very concerned. It's a very real threat for children on the ground. And again, they've been living through hell for over 45 days now. They've seen loved ones dying, family members dying, their houses being destroyed. And right now, they can't access clean water. And indeed, in one of the most densely populated areas on the planet, disease can spread very quickly, infectious disease especially, and diarrhea outbreaks are already happening, as you said, 10 times fold from when compared to the same period before. And it could get worse. We could get other diseases, including cholera, which we have no signs at the moment. But again, under such strict, stressful conditions, with hygiene and sanitation being really poor, it's just a matter of time before these things start happening over and over again, and children getting more and more impacted. And beyond feeling sick with diarrhea, they can get severely malnourished because of all the water they're losing. So one disease leads to the other, and unless we can contain the situation, it's supposed to happen relatively soon.
Ricardo, part of this hostage deal includes allowing more humanitarian aid into Gaza. But when you have shortages of the magnitude you are describing in an active combat zone, I imagine it can be logistically challenging to address it. There is going to be this 4-day ceasefire, at least as of right now. Is that actually enough time for humanitarian aid to get in a significant way that would actually help address the issues that you are seeing, particularly among children right now? And if not, what really needs to happen in order to truly prevent another mass casualty event associated with lack of clean water, lack of sanitation?
Well, at this point, any humanitarian pause, any pause in fighting and bombings and shelling is very good news for children. But no, I think that the needs have now outpace the resources. And even if we have those 4 days open to get more trucks in with more humanitarian supplies, it's still a drop in the ocean of needs that has been caused, since October 7th. So what we need is a long-standing ceasefire, a longer humanitarian ceasefire, whereby we can get more trucks every day with the supplies that are needed, so we can start even better assessing how damaging the situation is on the ground now, because there has been no safe space for children and for humanitarian workers in Gaza right now. We lost over 100 colleagues, UN colleagues, since the conflict started. So unless we have safety to be able to do our work, our logistics, our operations on the ground, the needs will always be outpacing the resources.
All right, UNICEF's Ricardo Pires, thank you so much. We appreciate your time tonight.